The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Maze. Maze.
It's fantastic, okay?
It's amazing.
Get it? There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator don't play no shit." You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
I don't know why I wanted to say that. I couldn't think of anything else for the intro. This is ISS. It's IS International Space Station. That's I think International Space Station made me want to say the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
All right, I'm gonna stop doing that. Let's get on to the review. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for I.S.S. starring Ariana DeBose, John Gallagher Jr., his name's Chris Messina, oof, a lot of the, I'm going to say Costa Ronan, and it was directed by Gabriella, I have to put her name right here because there's no way. I don't think I could pronounce that, and I'm not gonna make an ass of myself trying to do so. But look, our story basically follows a nuclear or a war that is going on Earth between USA and the Russians, and basically what they do is they send 3 people from Russia, 3 people from the United States up to the International Space Station to just keep things intact up there and make sure they're not doing anything crazy, or make sure the other side is not necessarily doing anything. But then a nuclear war breaks out on Earth, and they are given orders. Each side, Russia and USA, are both given orders to take over the International Space Station by any means necessary, and that is what leads us into our film. And look, this should be pretty quick because, I mean, it's not really much to this film at all. Look, as far as what I liked about the movie, I'll say the premise of this movie was not only damn near pretty freaking interesting, but I'll say that I actually give this movie a lot of credit for trying. And what I mean by that is this movie could have been like a lot shittier than, I'll say, what it was. Like it wasn't like a completely shitty movie, but it could have been a lot worse. And I commend this movie for trying things to make it very interesting. The things that they tried. For one, I love that they tried to flesh out the characters, because honestly, they make you actually care about the people up there, and they give you moments for each of these characters to actually kind of empathize with them. And once they're put into this crazy tension-filled situation, you find yourself rooting for certain people. I mean, that's what a movie is supposed to do in a situation like this, or in situations like these. It really helps the movie become a little more entertaining when you actually care about the characters that you're watching. And I love the fact that they flesh these characters out. Another thing I liked about the movie, I thought, like I said, they tried a bunch of different things to make it entertaining as possible. Loved Ariana DeBose's performance in the film. I loved Chris Messina. I thought he was really good in the film as well. John Gallagher Jr. He was pretty good. The people who played the Russians, I'm not very good at pronouncing their names, but they all did a very good job as well. The fight scenes in the film, I don't think that's necessarily spoiling anything, but the fight scenes in the film, they're very creative. I mean, they're in space, so like, they're floating and having to do certain things, try to punch people while they're, defying gravity and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Honestly, what I didn't like about the film, it's truly just all the in-between stuff. So the thing that is kind of kills me about space movies in general, or movies where you are literally stuck in one spot, like stuck in space, like that movie Life with Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson that came out, Ryan Reynolds that came out like a few years back. When you're in a movie like that and there's like an objective, or there's like a creature you have to defeat, or there's something like whatever the plot is of that film, and you are literally stuck in that one spot. Problem is, whenever that plot is not going on, or whenever something in the film is not directly related to that plot, and it's kind of just like a side thing to just fill in the runtime, that can get kind of suffocatingly boring. And this movie has those moments where it's like all the in-between stuff that doesn't necessarily have to do with the plot is kind of boring. Like I said, sometimes they do, but they're trying to fill in that runtime with things to make you care more about the situation itself. I'll say this: I didn't even know that I didn't even know like the premise of this film was the fact that these like the USA and the Russians were going to have to try to take over the International Space Station by any means necessary. So when that message popped up on the screen, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty interesting. This could go somewhere crazy. And there are a lot of tension-filled scenes in this film. The way that the tension is carried out throughout the movie is actually fantastic. They do a very good job of being unpredictable. You don't really know what what each character is thinking, what the person's next move is, what they want to do, what they're going to do. They do a very good job of keeping you in the dark of that. It's just at some points when they're not really doing anything like that, some of the in-between stuff can get kind of boring. But honestly, it's not the worst movie in the world. Like I said, it could have been a lot worse. I don't know if you've ever seen a movie before where where you're like watching it and you're just thinking to yourself like, if certain things in this movie wouldn't happen, this would be a lot worse than what I'm watching. But that's what this was for me. This was kind of like I'm enjoying what I'm watching, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff going on where I'm like, if I didn't just enjoy the thing that I saw before, I probably would hate this movie a lot more. But all in all, guys, look, I.S.S. is a January movie. It's not one of the worst, not one of the best. It's honestly, this will definitely be a movie that once you look back on the year, if you did see this, you're going to look back and go, oh, damn, I did watch this movie. It's one of those. It's one of those movies that you probably forget maybe a day or so after you left the theater, but it's definitely one that you're not going to hate because there are worse. Night Swim is out right now. That movie is a lot worse. But look, overall, guys, I'm going to, for all those reasons and so many more, guys, I'm going to give I.S.S. a 2.75 out of 5 stars. All right, guys, so I.S.S., have you seen it? What did you think about it? Look, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff and so much more. Look, guys, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.